welcome everybody to Perspective Podcast. One of the hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with my brothers Damon Armstrong and Jaquari Armstrong. We're the three hosts of this serious situation where we're about conversation, we're about laughter, we're about insightfulness, we're about everything that it takes to be a grown man. Should I say that? Because somebody told me if you say I'm grown, then something's wrong with it because you should act grown anyway. You feel what I'm saying? And that thing right there, it hit me different because like, okay, I get it. You don't need to prove any, especially if you act accordingly. You don't need to prove anything to nobody. You know, so that's the way I took it. But this is a strong the podcast. This is the sports edition. Mr. Burnett will not join us today because he's on a wifely slash henpeck slash loving your wife duty. So, Big Bill, do your thing, buddy. Stacey Chauncey, Mr. Secured Homes himself, he'll be joining us a little later. He said he was traveling, but now he's settling in, so he's going to join us. I'm here with my brothers, Damon, Jaquari. Damon, how you doing today, brother?
Doing all right, man. Looking forward to be back, man. Feel like home, and looking forward to having a great podcast, man.
No doubt, no doubt. Jaquari, how you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. Survived another day, man. I'm getting over a little something. I'm happy to survive and shit.
No doubt, no doubt. Hey, I myself, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, like my pops used to say, bear the middling, and that's what's up. Let me do a little bit of housekeeping before we go. This is Strong Perspective Podcast, and we go live on Facebook, but our main situation is YouTube by the same name, Strong Perspective Podcast. Do us a favor. When you see this now, if you come in live or if you see it in the future, please go to our channel, like, share, and subscribe because let me tell you what it is. It's a movement. And what kind of movement is? Everybody expecting fireworks and explosions. But really and truly what we're doing is building a foundation of conversation of grown men. And it's not just the three of us, but just people who walk different walks of life. And what we do is we work it out. Feel me? We work it out. So, with that being said, I meant to tell you this earlier, guys. Damon, what we did was, and let's start off with this. Damon, explain your 3-episode absence because we were telling everybody that you was exploring another podcast with your son, audio podcast with your son Henry. I mean your son-in-law Henry and your son Cameron. Can you big them up and then just talk about it a little bit?
Oh yeah, me and my son and my son-in-law, we started a podcast called the 36 Crucible. What we've been doing so thus far is banking some stuff, but we released some stuff. So go ahead and check it out. It's called 36 Crucible. It's on YouTube, on other spots, and right now we're just in the phase of banking and and trying to establish ourselves or whatever. And so far so good. Trying to keep up with them guys, man, is something else. Some very, very intelligent guys, man. Oh, excuse me. Very intelligent guys. So I need to know my content, my material and stuff like that. But so far, so good, man. It's going great. My absence, man. To be honest with you, sometimes you come to a situation, man, where you feel like, what I'm saying, you're not really establishing anything, putting yourself out there, setting the precedence. And what I mean by that is, uh, are you being heard? Are you being understood? What type of feedback you get or whatever. Sometimes you just need some feedback, and at a point in time, I didn't think that I was contributing anything. But the one thing that I didn't take in consideration is the fact that the time spent with my brothers. You know what I'm saying? And I was more focused on being noticed, other than being content with my company. You know, and I regret that. That's why I'm back, and you know, it's uh, it's a good feeling. It's like being back home again. You know, I just have to make sure I don't overthink things, man, and make rash decisions. That's all.
I feel that. I feel that. Uh,
It's definitely good to have you back, man. And being transparent, man. We had conversations several times where you said that exact same thing, man. You needed the feedback and everything. And I didn't really support you properly in that aspect, and I apologize to you about that, brother. For letting you down in that aspect, man. But it's good to have you back.
I appreciate that, man.
yeah, and I also had those kind of conversations. And the one thing about it, you know how I feel. I'm like, look, first of all, the way that you went through life, you didn't need feedback because you lived your truth. You were who you were, and a lot of times, people gravitated to who you were. Just because this stage is what it is right now, this is a conversational thing. You know what I mean? You live your life as strong and as durable and doing the things that made you who you are. Period. It ain't, man. And look, and it's no disrespect to anybody, but forget anybody else's approval, because shit. Honestly, once you get one person's approval, now you're going to search for everybody else. I don't think that's how social media works. I don't think anything, because sometimes it's that wow factor. Sometimes it's that you find the audience. There's so many people, so many bodies on this platform. You, if you get somebody every 1,000 person out of 1 million, how many people you get? 1,000? You know what I'm saying? Or 10,000? I'm not sure. But my point. This is my point. If we reach one at a time, we're gonna build it. But the real goal of this, what I've always said to you guys, and I've said to other people who came on the platform, this is a time to spend with people that you care about. Then we also give other people the opportunity to do what? Open up. Because the fact that our energy gives people the comfort zone to talk to their truth. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. So, you know, welcome back. It's always been here. You know what I mean? So, look. So, with that being said, like, share, and subscribe. Damn it. Give us what's due to us. You know what I mean? And lengthen your attention span, especially you grown motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I have too many people, and I'm not complaining because I feel you and I understand, but I have too many people tell me, like, look, why don't you shorten it? Why don't you do this? No, because what it is an organic situation that we like doing. We like being able to express ourselves and also listen to other people express themselves. That's it. But
I was thinking, man, maybe we should try to do it in the morning sometime. How about that?
the morning
Make us
after coffee,
about that.
yes, sir. Hell, what about the beat off album?
And then you really disturbing motherfuckers then.
I'm saying you need to stay out the kitchen, brother.
I'm talking about after. I'm talking about after when they in the afterglow. So they like, yo, that sounds good.
No, Keith. Now that I done got all that other shit off my mind, they actually saying something important.
Yeah. I get that. I get that.
Okay.
That's cool. But look, let me just say this. What I was gonna say was we're gonna change it up a little bit. What we did earlier because Damon, early on in the podcast, he always home. You know what I'm saying? He always brought us home with the intellectual things like that. And then I took the first and Jaquan took the middle. I got to give it up. I don't think I want to get caught up in that anymore. A lot to say, right? But my thing is, I think I can contribute to what I want to say throughout the podcast. So take 30 seconds here, you know what I'm saying? Just to do it. Just to experiment with it. And also, the third segment tonight, and we experimented with the last show, Damon. What the hell? And basically what the hell segment is what you've seen throughout the week, throughout the day. You be like, what the hell? And, you know, bring it to the table. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll work from it from there. So once we get to that end, I'm gonna be a little more in depth, but I think that's a good one. So today we'll mix it up. I'm asking for volunteers. You can tell I'm coming from motherfucking law enforcement. I'm asking for volunteers. So who wants to hit the first part of it? Either you or Damon, as far as clearing your mind.
And what the hell say?
No, not the what the hell. I'm talking about, you know, Stacey Chauncey. Welcome, brother.
What up,
What up,
Cuzzo?
brother? What up? How y'all doing? Y'all got excuse
All
me,
right.
brother. I'm driving to the hotel.
No doubt. Yo, we with you. No, I'm talking about, you know how we had all three segments before. Well, I'm gonna chop it down as you and Damon, and then we got the what the hell at the end. So, who wants to be the sacrificial lamb today? To go first.
God damn, boy, that's
Congratulations, Jaquan.
you, you said sacrificial lamb. I ain't trying to be that.
All right.
Well, I mean,
Can you hit us with something, spoke?
yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, you know, I'm just getting past the COVID, and you know, I I had it once before, man, but this time it was a bitch. I mean, it was a real bitch. I mean, seriously, you know, it because I didn't realize I had it, you know, last week sometime, I guess. So I guess I'm on the ass end of it, but you know, the night I had night sweats, man. My whole body ached, you know, and all the while throughout the, you know, the first 2 years of the pandemic or whatever, you know, I was up on the symptoms, you know, I was looking at strangers, you know, motherfucker clear their throat, and in the checkout line, you know, I get offended, like, what is you thinking about? You know, you gonna kill us all out this motherfucker. But then, you know, but it hit me hard. I was like, damn, you know, shit, you know, I just want to crawl up in the ball and shit, you know, and all I could think about was the amount of people that I put at risk when I wasn't on my P's and Q's and shit.
Without knowing, though, sorry to interrupt, but you didn't know. But go ahead.
Yeah, but you know, once that mirror got shined back on me, man, you know, shit, it was a humbling experience. You know what I mean? And I really, I got to make some changes about myself, man, because you know, being a person who decries judgment, you know what I mean, who are criticizing another person for some perceived judgment that they made upon a situation, you know, in a negative sense. You know, I'm like, hey, who the fuck am I? You know, God to humble you. you know,
Oh yeah.
and shine a light on things, man, that you had no idea was issues in your life. You know what I mean? But this whole experience, man, you know, it put me in the mindset I've always well, especially since this new year of our shows and everything, man. I'm talking about self development. I'm talking about being a different person. Trying to elevate myself, man. But true elevation comes with you know uh, connection to everything in the world. You know what I mean? The things that we reject. Even more so, because why do we reject these things? They're not all bad. The bad things, okay, yeah, that's obvious. But if I haven't had an experience with something, but I totally, just I'm against it with no experience. Like I said, who am I? You know, it's that being said, some shit that's terrible, and you don't have to experience it to know that you don't want to fuck with it. But yeah, this is something we probably should have talked about, Keith, so I could have prepared myself. You motherfucker. 'Cause,
Because he did kind of spring it, didn't
yeah, and I'm just
he?
all over the
Hey,
place.
hey, bro, he
I'm,
got
I'm,
me in Gaza and human rights and everything right
I'm
now,
talking
man.
like a drunk driver and shit, trying to
My,
get out of the ticket.
fellas, y'all did not hear me when I said I forgot to say this.
You should have kept it next show there, brother. I'm sick of it.
My bad. That's what you just did. You did a good job. You did a good job. Hercules. Motherfucker, go ahead with that.
Now you talking shit about me because I was in special ed.
Hey, man,
Oh my
listen.
God. Yo, hey, Spoke, that shit is gassy. We talking about that shit last week, man. Stop that shit.
That's
Hey, Key. Hey, Key, look at my facial expressions. I'm thinking, okay, what the hell really going on?
no, man. I'm
That was a
sorry.
family secret. Special ed shit, that's family secret, goddammit. That wasn't supposed to come out.
Hey, Fluke. No, he talked about it last week.
I was talking about that.
He talked about it last week. You know what I
But
mean?
yeah, man.
No.
It's you
I
know
don't remember it, but
yeah, the things that humble you, man, are surprising. They're surprising, but they shouldn't be surprising, man.
And,
Anything that
and,
yeah, anything that shines a light on something you need to work on, man. Celebrate that. I think.
good one, man. All right, now, hey, Fluke, you got
bro,
30 minutes, man. So, go
30
ahead.
minutes, I can't cover that much ground, man. 30 minutes. I ain't prepared. I ain't write down no speech.
No. Before we come to you for your segment. Before we come to you for your segment. That's all.
But
Listen. No, go ahead, Fluke.
no, go ahead, man. You gave me, now I can make it happen,
Got
bro. I got
room.
time.
I got some room to think.
Look
Yes,
here,
sir.
I'm an impromptu motherfucker, boy. If you give me a chance to be. Shit.
All right, well, look, this is a sports episode, right? I sent you guys different topics that we can talk about, but we're not anchored to them. So as we go along, I'm gonna throw the ones that I sent to you guys, right? But also, if you come up with something, and it's strictly sports, but we can mesh a little bit of the humanity into the situation too. And if you come up with something, just let me know, and then we can go from there. Now I got thunder booming now, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, if the live shut off, I'll get back to you, and we'll go from there. All right. Let's do this. Let's mix it up a little. Everybody here is familiar with Dr. Umar Johnson, correct? Okay. Well, hey, Stacey, you familiar with him, correct?
I am. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay. My thing is, always felt like this man has said, I like the Pan-African thing. I adore it, right? But The thing about it is he's Pan-African / I need to get this money on the social media thing. That's my opinion. Whether you disagree, that's cool. I get it, no big deal. But the thing about it is, I want to get you guys' opinion about him and Deion Sanders. Just to give you the background, Dr. Umar Johnson is highly critical of Deion Sanders moving from Jackson State to Colorado. And let's just start there. And let's get your opinion about Deion's move. And Stacey, if you're ready, we're going to start with you.
Well, can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So first of all, my brother, it's always a pleasure to be at this platform, share this platform with you guys. Love you guys. Seriously.
Love you too.
But,
Know you too, Cole.
as far as him, when we're talking about Umar, you can put Jason Whitlock's ass in there as well.
Okay.
On how he feel about Deion. But at the end of the day, I have no issue with what Deion has done. We live in a world where it's about elevating yourself. He left Jackson State in a better place than what they were before he got there. Right? And you're going to have, here's the thing about life, guys, and I think this as a business owner. Whether you're on the bottom or the top, motherfuckers going to always talk about you. Well, probably some good person. But people going to always talk about you, whether you're on the bottom or the top. When you ain't got nothing, Negroes are talking about you. Look at that, he ain't got nothing, he ain't got nothing. When you get something, they talking about you. You know what I'm saying? So I just think for me, Deion's not perfect, but I think he's making people a lot of money. He made Jackson State a lot of money. They didn't pay him. They stole from him. A number of different things happened. You know, so I don't have an issue with what Deion's doing. And at the end of the day, I agree with you, Keith. Umar is on a social media rant and blitz to get them clicks. It's about the clickbait with him a little bit as well.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's my thing.
Okay. Jaquar, no, Fluke. Talk to us, baby. What you think?
I think that, do I think that it's about the clickbait with Dr. Umar? I think so. He wants to stay relevant. But then I listened to the content, what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? And in his own personal opinion, because he stated it, this is how he felt. Now, everybody is not going to come to that same conclusion. They're not going to do that. So, did he present an argument, that was relevant towards, the point he was trying to prove about Deion? I think that he left room open for people to come to their own conclusions, but he was still pushing that point where, Deion is a sellout. He's all about self-promotion. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Deion ever denied that. Two things can happen at one time, man. You could be about self-promotion and you can elevate others too, because he took half his staff with him to Colorado and put money in them people's pocket. And put money in the schools. That they was playing some bums one day, and they had like 9 million views.
Mm-hmm.
That's unheard of, man. That's unprecedented, man. Where the hell they do that at? So how can you make the art in terms of entrepreneurship, self as advertisement and stuff like that? You can't deny Deion. You can't deny him. You know what I'm saying? But you can be critical about his team. You know what I'm saying? Because that was because he got in that position based on that understanding that, hey, I'm bringing guys together and we're gonna do this and we're gonna set the precedents. He did set the precedents with the transfer portal and all that stuff, and the NIL too, because hell, they making money there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the question is, do you make money and you a bum? Or do you but is your main focus is to make money and be a winner too? I think the latter it should be the case, man.
That's a good fucking point. Go ahead.
You
It's
know,
funny as
because
fuck, but it's a good point.
that's all I'm saying is people can come to the conclusion that you're stealing money. You know what I'm saying? And you're not producing anything. You know, as far as the field is concerned, because at the end of the day, what is it really about? You know what I'm saying? What's the catalyst? Is it, self promotion and making money and all that stuff, or is it about having a winning program? Because this is the first phase. Just imagine if he get them to a national title. He's
That's
set for
good.
life, man.
That's good. I like that.
He's set for life. But you can't go out there and be the worst team as far as penalties are concerned in the nation, man. Power 5 all the way down to Division 3. You
They
can't be
are.
that.
They are. And that's the shame about it. They are.
Yeah.
But he rides with it though. He don't hide from it.
Well, he put you in a position where you can't be a hater. You feel me? Outside of the football field. But on the football field, come on, you got to produce, man. You got to be at least disciplined.
That's real.
You know, and that's my point. You know,
Okay,
So,
Jaquar.
so
Go ahead real quick, Stacey, then Jaquar, you go.
um, I'm Googling. I don't see where Dr. Umar Johnson has donated a fucking quarter to HBCU.
But hey,
Right?
Stacey,
Thought-
Stacey,
you
I'm
can't
getting
even.
to that. I'm getting
You
to
didn't
that.
shut this
Hold
whole
on.
thing down,
Hold
bro.
Hold on. I'm getting ready to get to that. Let Jaquari go,
Okay.
then we'll go straight to
Go
that,
ahead.
okay?
All right. Go ahead. My bad.
I want to know if that's a true. Is that real? Woo.
Go ahead, Jaquari.
You just fucked me up with that, bro.
You just discredited that motherfucker.
But I'm just saying. I mean, Anyway, my bad. Go ahead.
I never thought. No, I never thought. I
No,
never.
that was some great shit, Stace. But go ahead, Jaquari.
No, it's when I first heard about him, man. Years ago, and I heard him speak on some things, man. Hey, I was inspired. The man inspired me. He actually did. Absolutely did. He had some good ideas, and then I could tell when he started to get off track with things, which is what usually happens with people who are foisted in the position of being our black leaders. And I get that, but I think this whole situation, it kind of speaks to his maturity, because him having the position that he had before things went awry, I don't know if it would have even been worth his while to even mention Deion Sanders. I mean, because it looks like, he's got this position, but he's tearing another black man down, in a prominent position. Social media did that to him.
Yeah.
Social media did that to him. I mean, the same core ideas and foundations that he started out with, I have no doubt that he still stands on those same things. It's when his fans, air quote out, say, push him to speak on pop culture situations that really aren't detrimental to what he started off talking about in the first place. And I'm not saying he doesn't have his right to his own opinion. He absolutely does, but I think he's trying to ride too many horses at the same time right now.
I think. Can I say something? I think he hamstrung himself, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
He about that black power liberation or whatever. Well, he should have been about that, exploiting that individual stuff. But we can get paid. You know what I'm saying?
That
Can
is
you?
the thing, though. If you're a Pan-Africanist, right? The only thing that you can exploit is going back to Africa and building it up. But here, I mean, because he's never said, my point, this is the point I'm trying to make. He's never said that he wanted to go back to the continent. Now, I could be wrong, you know what I mean? But Pan African ideology is what? Taking it back where? You see what I'm saying? That's all. Um, Stacey, you with us?
I am. I'm just checking into my room real quick. I'm
All right, well, look, we're gonna put it on hold because you just hit everybody in the head with this shit. So, um, Jaquari and Damon, look at the screen. Malika has a comment
You got to elevate with the elevator.
and tell me exactly how you feel about this.
Thank you.
I think that's an absolutely good point. An absolutely good point. I mean, even though he did bring top tier athletes in with him, there's still several factors that's got to fall into line, for them to be a successful program, and for anybody to think that he would come in and have the success he had at Jackson State as quickly as he did at Colorado. I mean, that's just foolish. You don't know sports. He's Deion Sanders. He's not Merlin. You know what I mean? So that's I absolutely agree with that, Coach Lee.
And I also agree with it too. Yes, he should be allowed to, build his program, but he don't come into the program, man, with this, hey, you about that deal. Everybody is dealing with the transport portal, man. Everybody is. You don't think Alabama and Georgia and Michigan got all, Star 5 cats coming in?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All Power 5 schools do. But the difference is, he started from a 1-11 team. You know what I'm saying? So, he had to clean house. You know what I'm saying? You clean. I don't care who you are. You clean the house, and you started from. You starting over. I mean, you already accomplished your goal. You won more games than you did last year. So that's an improvement. That's something to build on right there. But don't come in talking about you. We coming. You know what I'm saying, dude? I give him 3-4 years, man. I give him 3-4 years. I give him 3-4 years, and yeah, I give him 3-4 years, and then that would allow him to bring his own people in, not people who bailed on other programs. You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Yes, he got cats coming through who want to play for him because he's prime. You know what I'm saying? But I use the Detroit Lions as an example, man. They build it from the inside out.
Look at you. Squeeze them lines in there every
I
chance
did, I was chopping at the bit, man. I was chopping at the bit, man. You right.
Detroit Lions, baby. But go ahead.
Yeah, you got to build, man. You just can't come in and think that this gonna happen like that. I mean, that's his expectations because that's what he has always done. His son is that dog, man. You know what I'm saying? He is. But as far as the field is concerned, it's up that focus. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about putting Shador into damn Heisman shit. You feel what I'm saying?
When you throw for 500 yards in
Man,
the first game,
that young brother, man, he got it. He got it. But the focus is not on him.
no doubt.
The focus is not on him. The focus is on everybody saying, okay, we want y'all to lose because y'all boastful and y'all this and y'all that.
Yeah, but everything
He's still producing.
Everything is focused on Deion.
Yeah. He producing. He is actually producing. He is in. I don't know if you got to have a winning program to win the Heisman, but the numbers that young brother putting up,
He's putting them up.
man, you can't deny him, man.
Hey, look, and he's considered a sophomore, right? So he has 3 years, right?
Man.
So I wouldn't even be in a hurry to be a Heisman. You know what I mean? I don't care. They just need to win.
I'm saying more than the transport portal and the endorsements and all that stuff, you got a product on the damn field who's producing, man.
No
He
doubt.
ain't the reason why they losing.
No doubt.
know what I'm saying? He's the reason why they still in the game at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? They got a 29 point to 0 point lead, and they lose to Stanford.
No, well, I'm gonna tell you that's a team loss, man.
But
No,
he put, but
you're right.
he put those 29 points on the board. The defense lost the damn lead, not him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why can't he be the focal point on as far as on the field? Why can't he be the focal point? Not flashing his watch and all that stuff, but this man, this young brother is doing it.
Yeah.
But I will say this though, if we just having a conversation, the coaches lost that game just as much as the players did.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. And Malika, you are correct. He is a junior. And Stacey, I just want you to make the point what you said earlier about Umar. This is not disparaging Umar. This is not calling him a hypocrite. But the point was a great point, though. Could you repeat it for us, please?
No, I just wanted to know, had he donated any money to any HBCU, what kind of light has he shed on the HBCU from a positive perspective, creating some dollars, generating some income? You know, we can talk about Deion, but Deion has generated millions of dollars for not only Jackson State guys. When they was on the road, he was generating money for the other schools.
I mean, he did. He's for 3 years. He did so much for the SWAC conference, man. He really did, because the SWAC conference was on television. You know what I'm saying? And also he did it for the MEAC, because it was a guarantee that championship game. They invented the Division II championship between. I'm talking about Black College Championship between the winner of the MEAC and the SWAC conference. That was I think last year was the first inception of it. But my point is this: I don't want everybody to think, oh, Deion is the answer. I can't do that, man, because it's not the truth. The simple fact is, he used who he was to promote his team, because what he was doing when he talked about HBCUs and he talked about all these different things, in my opinion, and y'all tell me what y'all think about this, in my opinion, he was recruiting out of the portal when he talked about black colleges have this, black colleges have that. What do you think, Stacey? Oh, Jaquari, you could go. Then Stacey, you could go after him.
No, I was just saying, absolutely. It seemed like a tactic at the time, you know, and it seemed to have paid off. I mean, shit. But you said money, because I'm thinking, has he even donated speaking time at a HBCU? Has he, does he have a tour?
Right.
I think that the thing that I watched, he was at Tennessee State. Yeah, I wanted you guys to see he was at Tennessee State when he really went hard at Deion. But the point is,
You're talking about who went hard at him?
Umar.
Okay.
So the point is, Stacey and Jaquari, y'all make great points. Okay, so what's Malika? However, they have.
So you
Go ahead, Stacey.
Can't hear you, Gus.
Can you hear me?
my earbud just went out, bro.
All right, you go on there. Go ahead and charge it. We're gonna be here for a minute, man. Do what you got to do, brother. We with you.
Here's the thing, man. I don't think anybody's thinking about, man. And this is just my own personal opinion in terms of Deion and the Buffaloes, man. If you look at Shador, man, and the way he's playing, this dude could be a first round cat, man. He could be a lottery dude. That's something that Deion can hang his hat on. He produced a quarterback who might be considered a lottery pick. How many of these Star 5 quarterback cats is going to want to come in and be in that system to go to that next level? I think that's where the focus should be. The endorsements is going to come. You know what I'm saying? And when you get paid, most people gonna hate on you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because you getting that money. But in terms of football, his son can be that linchpin, whereas Colorado, Buffaloes can be that place where they develop quarterbacks that go in the lottery and shit. Because he's done it. You know what I'm saying? He's produced that. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny that when you watch the Cats play. When you watch Buffalo, when the Colorado play, no matter who, that dude is a competitor. And he, you know what I'm saying? He putting, numbers up there.
Yeah. Am I echoing when I talk? Is it an echo?
No, sir.
Well, you're
So just to piggyback off that, they had a list of top 10 quarterbacks a week ago. Shadour's name wasn't even on the list.
But do you know why though, Stacey? It's
Why?
because they lost the last one. They won the last 1 out of 3 games.
I,
You know what
I
I'm saying?
get it, but if we talk about statistical numbers, though,
I
and
understand that.
yeah,
Yes.
so how can you take his numbers? His production is top rated. So I understand they lost, but I'm just saying talk about the numbers, put the better numbers than a lot of those quarterbacks.
And you're absolutely right because this man really and truly leads his team. See
man.
that's the key to it.
The only time they got blew out was with Oregon, man. Every other game they've been in it.
Yeah.
That's because that young man is putting up numbers. He is one of the top quarterbacks in the country,
Okay. Now let me do this
coming
and
from the HBCU.
Jaquari,
Right.
this is to you, right? Guys, we talk about Shador, and that's Dion's son, and also Shiloh's there, right? Um, we're gonna stick on Umar just for a minute. This is the last topic on Umar. Umar said during this interview that I watched, the guy, I forgot this young man's name, but he was a great interviewer because he stayed objective more than anything. But he said, well, look, Dion is making a difference. He's making a difference with his children, right? And he's making a difference with the kids that came to Colorado with him. And Umar said, well, he's rich. So what difference does that make to his children, right? And my question to you guys is this. Other than, do you think Dion is this college football leader of men? So I'm going to keep it general right there. Then you guys can expand on it, right? So Stacey, we're going to go to you, then Fluke you, and then Jaquari you. All right, Jaquari, Stacey is taking care of his business.
Oh, no. I hit mute by mistake. I said the question is, you asked, do I feel like he's a leader of these young men? Is that what you asked me?
The leader of these, yeah, is he the leader that these young men need to push them further, not to the NFL, but further in life?
Absolutely. I think because he's telling them half of y'all not going to make it to the NFL, right? He let them know that. He's not selling them no pipe dream. And just like the one kid, McClain, that was a 5-star athlete that didn't get no run until a couple of games ago. He like, if you're not prepared, son, you're not playing, and you can be a 5-star athlete. So the reality is he's being real, where you have some of the kids that come to universities and they 5-star, they sit on the bench, and then they transfer out because the coach set them on the bench. He said, no, you sitting on the bench. And he told his mom, and his mama said she ain't had no problem with it because she understands the big picture, what Deion is trying to do, which is prepare him for life. That's my answer.
Okay. Jaquari.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, cuz. I mean, from what I've seen, of his interactions with him, I mean, he's as I like to say, he's modeling behavior. I mean, he's a stand-up guy. You know, he emphasizes, that football, it's a vehicle to get to whatever else you want. But in the meantime, while you're here under my supervision, you know, we're gonna do things the right way. And doing things the right way is not gonna stifle you in any way. Your whole college experience is gonna be just as fun, just as meaningful as anybody else's. But you are going to have something in your hands at the end of these 4 years, that says that not only did I play football at Jackson State and Colorado, but I'm, you know, I put time into my development. You know, they're young men, so that yeah, they're hot dogs. That they have the swag and everything, but they're very presentable young men, very presentable young men, leaders, young leaders. And I respect what he's doing. And the league is the icing on the cake.
Damn it.
I think that here it is for me, man. I think that is he a leader of men? I think just by his resume alone, will want somebody to be attached to him to want to be in his tutelage. He has a high expectation, in that way, he's more like Jordan. Hey, man, put your best foot forward and just do it and whatever. But some cats, man, you gotta nurture them, man, and bring them along. That hard line don't work for everybody. Man. You know what I'm saying? And that's just having awareness. If you got a star cat, man, who has potential, but he's not exerting himself, you tell him, hey, man, you're better than everybody on this field, man. Just make it happen. It's something stifling them, man. They know that. But the inspiration has to be personal, and it's not always monetary. You know what I'm saying? Is he a father? Is he a father figure? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, absolutely. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? Because he presents himself that way. But being a father figure also requires you to understand how to motivate somebody, because they are individual people. It's okay to be a part of a team. You know what I'm saying? But it has to mean something for you to be part of that team. These cats, they athletic. They 5-star type of dudes. They coming from winning programs. They know how it feels to be, one of the best or whatever. But how do you translate that to the point where, okay, what is it? What's your inspiration? Why you want it? Is it monetary? You know what I'm saying? Is it to leave a legacy? You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to dial in on the kid to make them happy. To make them realize that every little thing that they do as it pertains to the team means something. That's why they have the most penalties in the country, because it's not personal. They're not dialed in. You know what I'm saying? They're just being athletic. They're just being athletic. But if you dialed in, man, it's like, okay, now I'm doing my part, but my teammate ain't.
Most of them are young too, though, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a maturation process, man. It can't just be about athletics and going out and just throwing the ball out there and going to play. They can score with any damn body, but they make more mistakes than any damn body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's about the nuances of it, man.
Okay. I think it has a lot to do with everybody has, and I think it's a personal opinion approach when you look at Deion, to be honest with you, because me personally, when I always worked off of being a dog, and me becoming a dog, it was not a personal approach. It came out of frustration from my personal life. When I was on that football field and my coach told me, you can legally hurt this man. I said, for real? I'm gonna give Stacey credit for me going out for my senior year because he's the one who talked me out to go to workouts and shit. I end up throwing me into all kinds of shit for football, all American status, all of that. But when that coach pretty much told me I can take my frustrations out on that man across from me, I knew football was for me because I have a lot of fucking frustration. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm with you, Damon, when it comes to understanding what a leader of men is. And if you have time to be meticulous with each kid, I think it's easier with basketball and football. With each kid and to try to motivate them, that's cool. But also I feel like this, when it comes to football, honestly, when it comes to football is like this. This is the cookie cutter blueprint. Couple things. You are a team player. You hold up your end of the bargain, and you are aggressive. And the majority of us as men understand those three things. That's all I really have to say about that.
You know what's crazy though, man? When I think about my own personal experience, when I was in high school, man, I was a part of the team. You know what I'm saying? I can literally remember that I was part of the team. It wasn't until I got to college where I was pushed to be something that I was beyond that. You know what I'm saying? Just being a part of the team, because that made me move into a position where I had to be a leader. I had to be an example. Hey man, you can't take no time off, man. We need you to do this. You know what I'm saying? We need you to start it. You know what I'm saying? We need you to be on offense and that on defense, and you can't deviate from that. That's what it has to be. You know what I'm saying? And that was a responsibility that I had to come to. And once I came to that responsibility, once it was placed on me, I had to understand that, you know what? Physically, I can do all those things. But mentally, I had to realize, you know what I'm saying, what it meant to everybody else. So it was expanded beyond just being physical, having athletic abilities. You know what I'm saying? I had to be responsible. I had to know everything. I knew that not only did I know my plays, I knew my guards' plays, I knew everybody else's position in their plays. You know, and I learned those things, man, not because I was put in those positions and put in them spots to play those positions, but I learned it because this responsibility was on me, and I needed to have an awareness of everything. So I had two coaches that made that personal. You know what I'm saying? One of them was Charlie Ramsey. In high school, you know what I'm saying? We was playing Pioneer. I got in foul trouble, and then the first thing I said, we lost the game. First thing I said when I got in the book, well, I don't care, because I didn't play because I was in foul trouble. First thing that came out of his mouth, that's the problem. That's the problem. You wasn't there. And we needed you to produce how you do, but you was in foul trouble, but now you is scapegoating personal fouls. And that hit home to me, man. I'm like, damn. Availability is everything, man. You know, and that was a lesson. That was my first lesson right there. If I'm not on the court, I can't complain about anything because I didn't contribute anything. And what you contribute is that personal thing that you bring to it. And I think once Coach Prime understanding about his individual players who are 5-star guys. Okay, let me. Hey man, this is your responsibility over here. This is what you great at. You know what I'm saying? And once they realize that they're great in that situation, then you'll see them in the gym. Then you'll see them on the field. Then you'll see them on the court working on their craft. But just throwing cats out there and then having this expectation, man, you know, that's not how it really works, man. That's just my opinion.
That's a great point. I was listening to everything you said, and Keith, I remember motivating you. But see, I was living through you, big brother, because my grades was always jacked up, and I was couldn't play. So I'm
And
living
here it
through
is.
y'all.
I'm thinking you was one of the smartest cats that ever came through school and
Now,
shit.
I was clowning too much. That's all.
Oh.
I was clowning, but I was I seen it in Keith. I'm like, cuz you got to do your thing, man. You got to do your thing. But on that other piece though, that's it. Going back to Deion with the 5-star player that he set on the bench that didn't get no clock. It sent a signal to the other guys.
It did.
You creating a culture that listen, cause you 5-star and you come and we ain't really have no 5-star. Don't mean that you're gonna be getting clocked first game of the season. If you're not doing everything I need you to do, you're gonna sit on the bench. And
Yeah.
so if I'm a father, I want him coaching my kid because he's gonna be real with him.
That's real. And that's always an escape clause. Hey, Damon, you know, we're about 15 minutes too late, but it's not too late. You know, we're at your segment. Knock us in the head real quick, and then we're going to move on to the next question.
Wow.
Look, you got your eyes, Prince. If you're not ready, we can wait till the end.
I'm ready, man, but it doesn't pertain to what we're talking about right now. It's something that I thought about.
Okay, that's good because we're going to the next question. So that's
Okay,
good.
well, you know, it's off subject, man, but I was thinking about a situation where, you know, all the things that's happening in the world, man, with the wars going on and all that stuff, man. You know how easy it is, man, to describe a person to the point where people don't see their humanity, man. You know what I'm saying? Where people don't recognize their humanity just by certain words. Hey, man, they're part of this terrorist group or they're part of that terrorist group, and who's ever talking and whatever pundits is putting that information out, they encapsulate the whole people like they are that, not recognizing that those people are caught in the damn middle of the bullshit from one side to the other, and it's all politics. You know, it's all politics. You know, and people that think I'm talking about something outside of this country, talking about this country, man. Why is it so easy for police officers to kill a young black man? Because the description that they put out, hey, you know, he was a gang member, he was this and he was that, dehumanizing people to the point where it's okay to kill them. Where you don't have a consciousness of it because you degraded them so much that you don't even consider their humanity. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter what age those degraded people are. Children, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You move past it because, hey, you know what? They was probably out there doing what foul shit and being messed up anyway. So you know what? Because there was no father in the home, they was out there doing bad. Like every young brother or sister out there who don't have a father is a reprobate or somebody who's just foul and fucked up and don't deserve compassion and humanity. So it's all about that it's all about those words that people put out there to describe a person, to belittle them, to take away their humanity. So it's okay when the police officer pull a brother over and he reach in the glove compartment to get shot. Well, he should have complied and not moved. All those things work hand in hand. It's about the words that you put out. It's about the description that you put towards a person. You know what I'm saying? And the sad thing about it is that people that put that shit out has no conscience whatsoever. And they justify it by saying, that's what they do anyway. So how do we know? But you want to talk about how great they are when you the monster. When you don't have the ability to see another human being who might not be the same color as you, but still a human being nonetheless. And you are able to go to the point where you can degrade them and speak about them like they're less than. So it's okay if they lose their life just from assumptions that they just might be a gang member or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So words do matter. Words matter. And where is your conscience at? While you judging, but at the end of the day, you might come to the conclusion, if you're honest with yourself, that you might be the goddamn monster who's causing death and destruction all over. You got to think about that shit before you open your mouth. And those of you who are not smart enough to understand what I'm saying, learn how to keep your damn mouth closed, because you the damn problem. You know, that's all I got to say.
Okay, I like that. I just want to bring everybody's attention to the bottom of the screen, scrolling across.
Yeah, I know. I was looking. That's why I was distracted. I'm like, I want to. Be on.
Well, what we're gonna do? I want to pay attention to Stacey's business, secure home and automation.
Okay, good brother. Okay.
.com and phone number if you want to just talk to somebody personally. Call it up. It's been screening across the whole episode. You know what I mean? We're looking out what it is. You know what I'm saying? Great work.
Okay.
Look, and then got the nerve to have star power. Got the nerve to be photogenic. You know what I'm saying? IG and Facebook.
Do that brother be sharp, man, or what?
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then he wanted to
made me mad. Want to step back? I want to buy me a couple of outfits, man.
Look, he want to bring the exotic dog into the situation. That's what's up.
Hey, Keith, with the hound tooth coat on, man, and
like,
you know what I'm saying?
No, you guys look. He looking at the camera like, stop playing. Stop playing. But yeah, you know, Stacey's situation, his business is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Please, if you're in the Chicago area, I'm not sure if he branches out in that area, but
we nationwide, baby. We nationwide.
Okay. Nationwide. You are nationwide.
Anywhere they need my services, I can put it in.
That's real. That's real. You know, go ahead and plug yourself real quick, Stace, before we go into our situation. Tell them, give us a couple minutes about who you are and what you're doing.
Sound like a commercial. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Listen. If you guys are looking for security, I'm your full service guy. Okay. Whether it's cameras, alarms, card access, whatever you need, we do it all. Right. And so what makes me unique is the fact that it's zero out-of-pocket investment to the consumer. Their money's not good with me. So cameras are typically $350 a camera install. I don't charge them anything for it. Right. Smart locks. At the end of the day, your monitoring can range anywhere from $54.99 to $89.99. But, you know, we put systems in within 24 to 48 hours, and we just stand by what we do. That's it, and that's all. So if you want blue chip service, please give me a call. I look forward to earning your business.
That's the realness. That's the realness. That's a real man right there, and he take care of business. You know, Jaquar, this is gonna be on you, but we're gonna read this on the bottom from Malika, who always been representing and always have great questions. And this is going to fold into the question, our next question, Jaquari, okay? So basically, what Malika said is, how do you transition to the next level mentally? It's from high school to college. When you're a standout athlete, at the next level, college, you play with other standouts and even more in the professional level. Now, I can answer that professionally. I can answer that amateurishly, but I'm going to leave it alone, right? So, Jaquari, here's the question. Answer if you have an answer for Malika, go ahead and answer that, and the same thing for you Stacey, and you, Damon. But here's the question: how do you guys feel we view sports in our community nowadays? It's on you, Jaquar.
Repeat that one more time. That's the question.
How do you guys feel we view sports in our community in these days and time?
Okay.
Jaquar?
All right. Leaky's question, transitioning to the next level mentally from college to the pros. I mean, that's a good one. That's a good one because if I could answer it, shit, I would have been retired by now. You know what I mean? You think about all the 5-star blue chip athletes we've known throughout our whole lives. You know who could have went from Ipsy High to the NBA. You know what I mean? But they had that one thing that just kept getting in their way. You know, the popularity of being a star athlete. You know, the perks that come with it. You know, you're not always going to be able to steer a young person in the right direction when all of those things are just thrown in their faces, sat at their feet. You know what I mean? In my 4 years of football at Ypsilanti High School, I got asked to sign an autograph for a kid, and you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. So outside of all the success I'd gained, that night in that prior game or whatever, I didn't remember any of it. All I remembered was, the adulation of a sixth grader, because that's what he basically was. You know what I mean? So in my head, I took it and ran with it, and it can make you lose focus when it comes to the next level. In sports in particular, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of difference between a 5-star and a person that just gets like regular run. You know, uh, the physical tweaks, they're not really big. As far as the physical skill sets, it's that going to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning when everybody else is asleep. It's getting up and doing the road work in the morning when it's 3 feet of snow on the ground. That's commitment. And it carries over onto the field to the court. So it's not an easy question to answer. And to your question, Keith, I view sports, man. Sports we might as well hell, sports and entertainment, period. We might as well be living in freaking ancient Rome, man. Everything's turned into a coliseum, man. Everybody's goal seems to be financial. When I first went out for Pop Warner football, with no money involved, the adults I imagine were interested in developing young men, developing character. You know what I mean? Uh, we fell in love with the spectacle, you know, and that's from the football field, the baseball field, the hockey field. The only time I really pay attention to hockey is fights. You know,
That's true.
yeah, that's not healthy. It's not healthy. Instead of learning a game. So I view sports nowadays is just another level added to the sickness. Because we've forgotten what our core values are as a world society. You know, put importance on frivolous things. That's it.
Damn.
As I
Malika's
think,
response and then and the answer to the question.
when you were a hell of an athlete, man. You know what I'm saying? You get all the accolades and all these different things coming at you, man. Grown folks coming at you. You know what I'm saying? Promising you things and all that, man. But most people, man, you got a lot of exceptional athletes out there, man. But a lot of people can't handle. You know what I'm saying? They can't handle that the accolades, that situation, because ego comes into play. You know what I'm saying? The people who realize that it's just a game are the people who prosper, and then outside the game, then they start building things. You know what I'm saying? They start building things and they start making things happen for themselves, uh, generationally wise. If you look at LeBron James, for example, I don't know who the hell his high school coach was, man, but he has to be a hell of a man. You know what I'm saying? Because he coached and guided a hell of a guy. This dude, is on a whole another level with that. Magic Johnson, same way. You know what I'm saying? You can go through and pick out cats who was above the game. You know what I'm saying? They didn't let their ego in terms of the game dictate how they were going to be as men. You know what I'm saying? And what they put out there. And that requires guidance. You know what I'm saying? If you look at most of the cats, man, that's playing or trying to get to the NBA or NFL or whatever, it's about the bag. It's about the money. But some cats, every now and then, leaving those communities, man, think about the community that they're leaving and want to bring something back to it because they understand the struggle. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to change something because I can dribble a basketball. And then they are able to put themselves in a position where they understand that, okay, like LeBron, he brought his boys there because he understood they all had something to bring to it. Look at his count. These cats is dynamic. Have you ever seen anything like that? And for a while, they was running the NBA on the floor and off. And it's about having that awareness, but you have to have something that's going to guide you other than just getting money. You got people that win the damn lottery for $100 million and be broke 5 years later. Because there's no guidance there. There's no investment. So, yeah, mentally, is it, there are some cats, man, who can play the game and be about it, be in the gym every day. I wasn't one of those cats, man. I can imagine after 15 games, we played 30 games. After 15 games in, I was like, man, I'm tired of this shit. Even though I played at a high level, I didn't play at no, level as them cats. But where I played from, I made a name for myself. But those people who admired me, they don't know that, man. 15 games in, I'm like, man, my wife had to tell me, hey, man, take your ass to practice. Because I didn't love it. Man, you got to love it and expand that love, man, outside of it. What you going to build from it? What you going to contribute to your family? What you going to contribute to your community? LeBron and Magic Johnson are the two cats that stand out for me, man, in that regard.
Okay, so what is your answer to the question? How do we see in our community? How do we see sports?
We see sports, man. It has to be a personal thing. It has to be a personal thing. How it hits home to you in your own personal circle or whatever. If you're gonna be a fan, then cheer for your team. But that doesn't encapsulate your whole life, because you can be a lawyer, doctor, whatever, man. It has nothing to do with sports. How you can be inspired by somebody who goes pro and does great, but how does that factor into your life? Because you got a lot of opinions out there, vis-a-vis the internet. Everybody got an opinion. Some cats ain't never dribbled the ball in their damn life, but they have an opinion. You have to figure out how to differentiate between what truly matters, man. What truly matters or makes a difference. And
They hiding it from you ain't gonna stop it from ringing, dog.
I know, man. That is crazy.
You hid it from yourself like it was gonna be muted.
It made me lose my train of thought. Now I'm rambling and shit.
All right,
but yeah, man, I think, man, there's a lot of opinions out there. For example, this is my last one. For example, man, everybody talking about the Detroit Lions. Hey, man, they could win the Super Bowl.
That's twice, baby. That's what's up.
But they still the same old Lions.
I like that loyal Lions.
No, they're not.
That's it.
They're not the same old Lions. and they can possibly win the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Stacey,
You know,
So I never played sports and I love but observing on the outside looking in, I believe that timing and position plays a lot in sports and life, right? You can have, and you guys have talked about it a little bit, that certain people that should have made it to the league that we grew up with, right? Certain people that made it to the league that were not as athletic, just didn't have that prowess. I mean, Keith should have been in the league, timing and position, right? Damon, all you guys. So when I look at that, the example that comes to mind is Imani Bates, right? He's on the right team that can cultivate his talent. He
yes
don't have to
sir.
go in being the man, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. He can come off the bench and he can learn the game, and he got some character guys around him. That's what I
agree.
mean about timing and positioning. Now, had he
Right.
to a squad that was already winning, he'd be at the end of the bench, probably. You get what I'm saying? So that's my thought. And the other part of that is your tribe makes a difference in everything you do. LeBron had a hell of a tribe around him. Magic them had a hell of a tribe around them. Who you do business with in sports makes a difference, brother. Just like so, when you talk about LeBron,
You breaking up, brother.
Yeah, I didn't hear you, cuz.
huh? Oh, I
You was breaking up.
talk
You was
about
breaking.
LeBron putting his boy. Can you imagine the money that was thrown at you? You need somebody that has experience doing it. You need somebody that has experience doing that. He had the faith and confidence in his boys. He's like, he's going to learn our way through it. He's going to learn on the job. We work with me. He's going to learn. So, people throw dollars at folks and they forget about their tribe in some instances.
That's right.
So that's just my thought.
Okay. Well, let me just answer that question for you, Malika, because I understood exactly what you were saying. Because coming out of high school, I was a lead athlete in basketball and football. And the thing about it is, how do you transition? Honestly, this is me personally. I didn't transition. My heart and my soul was always in basketball. See, I didn't make a distinction between because this is the next level. What I did was I'm here because I deserve to be here. And that's the thing about it. Some people may not agree with me, but look, I've always been hungry. And every moment of my life, I'm hungry. I've loved basketball. So it always made me hungry. When I became satisfied was when my hunger subsided. And I'm not blaming it on my hunger subsiding, stopped me from going to the next level. Life is life, man. Life be what they say, life be life in all the fucking time. I can come up with every damn excuse on why I should have got a chance. I can come with it. I can't, I'm not gonna do that. You want to know why? Because, like I said, I believe that God has blessed us. Our blessings are here, and life is lifing right here, and they're going in a parallel direction. And the thing about it is, they overlap. They overlap. So you have to be mentally strong to deal with what life gave you, along with the blessings that God has given you. It's because it's what it is. And that was my contribution to that. You know what I'm saying? Let's do this. Let's have a little bit of fun with it. And once Damon come back, this is what we're gonna do. we're gonna let him go last when it comes to LBJ. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna let him go last. But the question, guys, that I sent you, and let me just read it to the audience, right? It says, can you describe what you think the Jordan effect is to you? Can you describe what the Jordan effect is to you? And is there an LBJ effect in place, right? So what I did, audience, was I gave them a little sample of what my question was stemming from. And I said, Jordan, the definition of my Jordan effect. People only remember the ring, except for us Detroiters. People only remember the rings and all the up, but none of the down, right? The LBJ effect was the opposite. People only remember and bring up the downs, and they never consider the up, right? I'm gonna let that sink in a little bit. You guys understand what I'm saying to you, right? Let me just do this while it's sinking in. Let me read what Keith Barnes had to say. He asked the question: how does a young athlete determine who to listen to, or that so it all comes together, business, personally, and the game, especially when you know you can advise. LeBron did great with this, right? Well, look, let me just say this. I'm old head. I can only give you my version. So the NIL was, in my version, under the table because they got PAC money for the schools, and that's basically the under the table money that the alumni put together for the incoming students, whatever sport they're in. You feel what I'm saying? So it is very difficult for me to talk about business because I was not privy to the NIL. But I can tell you exactly what it means for somebody to find somebody to listen to. Because if you have good parents in your life and they raised you, right? Contrary to contrary to the unpopular belief, a popular belief, right? Every great athlete don't come from a broken home. Father, single father. So basically what I'm saying to you is this. If these young men, all they have to do is listen to their parents. If their parents want the best for them and they're equipped to do it. And that's rare nowadays because, like I said, coming out of high school, first of all, here in the state of North Carolina, NIL has been legalized. So if you're that guy, that money gonna touch you early, your senior year in high school. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna touch you early, right? So I'm gonna raise a kid till he's 17, 18 years old. I'm not a good parent if I allow him to go into college, a college situation with a great deal of money without my input. Because that's an automatic thing. That's got to be automatic. If you're a parent with some sense now, some parents get caught up in the line too. So understand I'm considering all. But if level-headed and you understand and you there with your child, boy or girl, and you got these people coming at you and like, yo, this is what we're gonna give you if you go to the school. You have to be able to siphon through it so your child, you make the best decision along with your child. Just because he turns 18 don't mean that you put him. You 18 now, right? So you're in charge of a couple $100,000 on your own. That's foolishness, in my opinion. That's foolishness. I'm not talking about you get to spend up all your child's money. No. What the fuck is you buying? Put me in control. Stop to this because you need stuff later. When you're in college, you need shit later to have some kind of life. Last thing I'm gonna say is this. That's a hard thing to do because what colleges do, college coaches do, especially on the male point of view, is once your kid signs to go to that college, whether basketball, whatever sport, right? Once you're at college, guess what they do? Guess what the rhetoric changes? Because when they come in your house, yeah, we want your kid. Yes, we want your permission for him to go to our school. But guess what the fuck happens once he signs on that dotted line? Why is your mother calling me? Why the fuck is your father calling me? You're grown now. You're grown now. You got to make your own decisions. They cut the parent out of that student's life if that student allow them to do it. So Keith, I'm gonna answer your question in this. It is a freaking minefield. But if you take your time, it may not be straight through and a flag, quick response, but you got to sift out each mind and dig that motherfucker out and keep going. And your child has to be patient because you're looking towards his or her future. All right. Stacey, you're back. Hey, Damon, you back?
I'm back.
Damon. Okay, but we're gonna go.
Yeah, I'm here, man. I was Morgan is my baby here. You know,
okay.
I was just saying. Hey.
Let's go into the question I just asked. I'll remind you guys. We're gonna do quick. You're united up there. I'm gonna let you guys go. This is a great episode, man. I appreciate y'all guys. The Strong Perspective Podcast. Go to the YouTube channel, like and subscribe. Yo, look, these men as they have imparted some great wisdom to this platform. Thank you guys. But this is what we're talking about. Can you describe what you think the Jordan effect is to you? And is there an LBJ effect? And this is the thing that I offer to you guys. And Ja'Quari, we'll start with you. The definition of my version of Jordan effect. People only remember the rings and his exploits and all the superhuman things he did, which he did. Even though I'm a Detroit Pistons, he still did that. Even though I'm a year younger than that motherfucker, he still did that, right? That's real. Can't deny it. So they all paid attention to all the up, but they never paid attention to all the down, right? And then when it's the LBJ effect, and this is my opinion, folks, but I want you guys to comment on it. It says people only remember the downs when it came to LBJ, and they rarely speak on the up. So, Ja'Quari, what's your response?
My response is, man, as far as the Jordan effect is concerned, man, I don't believe, I might be stepping on toes, I don't care, but had Michael Jordan been under the same scrutiny, same social media scrutiny that LBJ was under, I don't think he would have had the same group. I don't. I mean, because the bads that were talked about, like rest in peace, the thing that happened with his dad. Even though he probably didn't have anything to do with that situation, it still blew back on him. His own personal, gambling situation or whatever. Infidelity, what have you, man. I don't think he would have made the Ouija box. he came from that era that image was everything, and your team did. They took steps, man, to make sure stuff didn't get out about you. You know, so I don't think, like I said, I don't think. Yeah, he was, because he was an asshole. But yeah, I don't think he would have been the same caliber icon that he is today if had he had to work under that same scrutiny as LBJ. LeBron James, he, I think I see him as a victim of maybe that same cultivation, that same image cultivation. I mean, he born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. You telling me he didn't have no hood tendencies? You know what I mean? He never get wrapped up in no scandal or anything like that. But and that's got absolutely nothing to do with the LBG effect, LBJ effect. Excuse me, man. I'm all over the place, brother. Y'all know I don't watch sports, so I'm just going off the top of my head.
I don't give a fuck about these sports.
I mean, but he like when he was in the playoffs or whatever, those few games or whatever, and they lost, and everybody put the whole on. It was. I don't think it was fair. I don't think it was fair at all. I mean, he might as well should have been out there with with high schoolers or college players. Nobody else put any of the responsibility of the team's success on the other players of the team, as far as I could tell. So yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess, y'all.
Stacey.
I'm here, Doc. I had to plug my phone up.
Okay,
so I absolutely agree with what Ja'Cory said in terms of the social media. If social media was on Mike like it was on LBJ, it would be a different take. Why? Mike was gambling his ass off, right? Mike was running chicks, doing all kind of stuff, the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? So it was just no social media to capture that stuff, right? Yeah. And I also believe this: if we were talking to our fathers and our grandfathers, they would have their own Michael Jordans in their mind of who they felt like was best during those particular eras. So I think that these conversations are really dictated by the era because of what you physically seen. Had we seen an Oscar Robertson, we might be talking different. You know what I'm saying? Had we seen a Walt Frazier, whoever was dynamic, or Jim Brown or whatever, we might not be talking about Barry Sanders being the best running back at that time or the greatest of all time. So that's my take on it.
Okay. Damon, you there? Well, look, let me just say that the reason I came up with that question was this. It's hard. He said, I've understood the fact that there has always been a struggle for men in our community, right? Where we make the most of everything within our grasp. So when I find, and let me just preface this by saying, me and entertainers, man, entertainers do not lead our community. The everyday working man leads our community. And I hate that people put the onus on entertainers, athletes, singers, actors, all of that shit. That disturbed the shit out of me. But my thing is, LeBron, we talked about LeBron been in the finals 10 times. But of course, you don't have a 6-0. Have a 6-0 record in the final. You know what I mean? Was he 4-10, something like that? But 10 times, man. I would love
4 and 6.
to.
4 and 6.
Yeah. Oh, so he's only been there 6. I thought it was 10.
He's been there 10 times. He lost 6 and he won 4.
Okay. So my thing is, you're in the finals. You're in the NBA. You're in the finals 10 times. Yes, you want to win. Okay? Believe me, I'm one of the ultimate, all three, everybody on the screen, Stacey, Damon, Jaquari, and myself, we are competitors. We want to freaking win, right? But to be in that joint for 10 times and then had a nerve 4 times to taste victory, how was that a critique? How was that a negative? Can somebody please? And look, I'm not talking about some couch potato who want to hit me with statistics and all of this shit. No, you here. You up in that joint. You're right there playing. You know what I mean? But I digress. I digress with that. The thing about it is, I never believed in the GOAT debate, not even close, right? But if you want to narrow me down and all that, really and truly, Wilt and Kareem, they in the battle. Okay, I'll put LBJ up there. I'll put Jordan up there too, right? But that's a battle. If I got you, if you press me to get a GOAT, those 4 figures right there, I got to put there, right? And they got to fight it out. And, you know, later on,
Wait. What 4 do you have?
Wilt, Kareem, LBJ, and Jordan.
What?
Who?
You leaving Bill Russell off the list?
No, Bill Russell is the greatest winner of all time, my guy. I'm talking about the GOAT.
Okay, I'll take that.
Come on, let's talk about the
there's
GOAT.
a difference. I agree with you. There's a difference.
Yes,
I'll take
sir.
that.
Listen, look, Will, hey, Bill got a category all his own. That's real. But that's if you press me that. Believe in the GOAT. I don't. You know what I mean? I love basketball that much. But I'm just saying that's, you know, Damon, this is what we're going to do. Bring us on home. We're going to close this situation out.
Here is my thing, man. As far as Jordan is concerned, man, that's a great man. He did what he did. But what people got to understand when they talk about this GOAT thing and they're talking about these team things and all that, I'm a Pistons fan, so I don't give a damn about Michael Jordan, man. I really don't. I don't, man. I mean, I don't mean, not as a person, I don't mean that personally. I'm saying basketball-wise, I'm a Pistons fan, so I don't care. You understand what I'm saying? But I do recognize his achievements, what he did. That's a hell of a thing. Yeah. I can't deny that. You know what I'm saying? If I deny that, then I'm a fanatic. You know what I'm saying? I'm that guy who hating. I recognize what he did, man. LeBron played for Cleveland. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan. I don't give a damn, man. You know what I'm saying? Look here. I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, and I'm in the wilderness. All the other accolades for somebody else don't even matter to me. Now, when my team step up and they come up and they in the finals and they winning some shit, then we gonna argue and we gonna talk. Right now, ain't nothing I can say. And Keith, once again, I'm a Detroit Lions fan, brother.
Right. Throw it in there. Let's work.
I'm a Detroit Lions fan.
You know what's deep about what you said, though, and I'm thinking, I'm laughing about it. So living in Chicago, Chicagoans cannot stand Isaiah Thomas.
And that's crazy.
That's crazy to me when I think about it.
Crazy as hell to me.
So y'all know where I'm going with that, right? I'm like, what the fuck?
Basically, I've had that.
That is the craziest thing I've ever. He is Chicago born.
Born.
Purely Chicago.
I'm like, damn. But
so I'm a fanatic, but not to the extreme, to the point where I'm a fanatic, man. For me, it's about dedication. It's about being down for who you're down for. You know, win or lose. It's about that.
Die hard. when y'all get done, I want to throw a monkey wrench in the game, just because.
You know,
Can I throw a monkey wrench in the game when y'all get done with this?
yeah. Hey, before I go to goddamn any other college team, I'm gonna say I'm all Michigan. Hell, I'm rooting for Michigan State, and I can't stand there. If Michigan don't win a national title, goddamn it, Michigan State better win that joint. You feel me? That's how I feel about it.
Some great other topics. But can I spin the wheel real quick?
Go ahead, man.
I know, just get off course. And I'm gonna jump on something else since you said that. When Juwan Howard came to Michigan, right? We all thought that the recruiting was gonna be masterful, gonna be absolutely on point. He can't get a motherfucking 5-star recruit. I don't understand what's going on, man. I'm looking at Success getting retired. Duke still getting the top play. I'm like, I mean, what's going on, Spoke? Can I hear from you, Spoke? What's your thought?
Shit. I agree with you, brother.
Have anybody else thought about that though? I'm like, we they didn't get no major recruits, man, the last few years.
Because also, let me just throw this in there. That the fact that he was successful early, right? And the thing about it is, it depends on, because the success of these programs has to do with the guys going out to. I don't know who's going out to recruit for Juwan. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the key to it.
All right.
You know.
What was the coach's name before Juwan?
Man,
Steve Bishop?
No.
He said Steve Fisher. Came from Virginia, man.
No, he ain't come from.
John Beeline.
Beeline came from. Was it Virginia? He came from.
Yeah, West Virginia. He came from West Virginia.
Beeline.
He was plugged into that East Coast recruiting area where he was from.
He was plugged in with big country white boys and Canadians.
Yeah.
Big country.
And they wasn't 5 stars. Michigan ain't had no 5-star players since the Fab Four.
I get it, but Juwan Howard coming. But Juwan Howard coming. You can't tell me we didn't all think that was gonna help from a recruiting perspective, because I did.
Yeah, but see, Juwan Howard came from the pros, man. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. You know what I'm saying? His recruiting is not laid out. You know what I'm saying? Michigan is a football school, man.
Look. Let me tell y'all, and y'all tell me if y'all feel this. It's the color purple syndrome. Dealing like this. Till you do right by me, Chris Howard. Till you do right by me. And good gonna come about it.
Wow.
Nah, but you know what? I've always been. I'm a Pitt Panther for life, man. You feel what I'm saying? That's just me. You know, no matter how well it's a football school. No matter how well our football team is, because you know I left the blood and the sweat there. But growing up, I was a Michigan guy. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about Leach. I'm talking about Gibson. When he was a football player, I'm talking about all them dudes, right? Because our mother she had tickets. She took us to the tailgates and she took us to the damn Michigan game. You know what I'm saying? So I understand, but my thing is, you could be loyal to a point. I think the only thing that's standing in Juwan's way, honestly, he don't have a good recruiter. Period. He just don't. You got to have 2 good recruiters and a good recruiting team.
But Steve, when is he gonna figure that out though, bro?
I don't know. I mean, wait, look. I'm gonna tell you though. Seriously, his teams. How long he's been a coach?
What, 3 years now?
4 years, right?
Right.
His team start off strong. It's just a simple fact that Sometimes he got out coached or he was outman.
He was outman mostly, man.
Man, let me tell you.
I think I kind of think that too.
Izzo can have a terrible season and still get some 5 stars.
Hey, but look, here's the crazy thing though, Stacey. Izzo get homegrown dudes, man.
He do.
He gets homegrown. Look, he plugged in with the Saginaw and the Flint area too. And he's always been plugged in with them dudes, man. And
I just knew Jawan was going when he had Howard Isaacs on his coaching staff.
Yeah.
I just knew he was gonna plug into Detroit.
Yeah. And what you
anyway,
know,
that was my monkey wrench.
No doubt. All right. We get ready to shut this down because we're going on too. But anybody got like what the hell moment? We'll do one, and depending on how well it goes. Anybody got a what the hell moment? I got one, but look, let me be the lamb right now. My what the hell moment is this: Jada and Will Smith, right?
Oh Lord, have mercy.
No. Let me throw this out there to y'all, right? Jada is going on a book tour. Now we have vilified Jada, and I still think Jada is a villain. As a matter of fact, I think they both are villains because they, just listen to the rumors, they freaky as hell. But it is what it is. We're going to move on from that. But what was crazy about it, because of my law enforcement background, now y'all feel me on this because it's going to be real quick. Jada came out and said, yo, we have been separated since 2016, right? So in the meantime, that whole situation with the month of July, August, the whole situation with August, even though it was effed up when it came to it being their son's friend. That was messed up. That was nasty as hell, but it is what it is. Just because it was their son's friend, Jada and Will were not together. And Jada and Will was blowing Harley Quinn's back out. Because they did like 3 movies. You feel what I'm saying? He was on that thing, right? Now, I'm throwing this out there. It's not that I believe it, but I'm throwing it out there so I can sit here and I just want to throw it out there just to really, I want to hear y'all respond. So, what if Jada was right about being separated? They were not in a marriage the time that he went and slapped Chris, the time the red table talk, because she also said she was going to get on there and tell everybody that they all been separated on the August Alsina time, right? But Will hijacked it and he came on. And she said she didn't say anything to support him. And I want y'all to just humor me. What if Jada was right? Stacey,
right in what way?
In the right that she wasn't this dirty, low down, such and such, that they were separated. She was messing around with August, right? Look, the point I'm saying is, Mill said he moved out of the house. He said that many times when his book came out. Now, my point is, everybody's messing with Jada with this mess, right? And it's the stuff that Will caused too. But everybody looking at Will as this angel. And I said, humor me, and what if Jada is true? What do you think? And we'll start with you, Stacey.
So, I'll talk about the tramp. That's an old school word, tramp.
Tramp.
Because it's slut.
right. First of all, when they first got married, if you Google some of the stuff, Will was talked into this unconventional marriage style in the beginning in order to be with Jada. right? So he got sucked into it. Like, hey, we can have fun. You can kind of do you, I can do me, and we can be an item for we can have the face and be a power couple on in front of everybody. She doesn't get a pass to me.
Okay.
She doesn't get a pass because you sleeping with your son's friend, right? What?
No, I agree with that.
Oh yeah. You sleeping with your son's friend. You got your kids out here don't know who the hell they are because y'all living this hippie type of lifestyle or whatever y'all trying to do. The boy don't know if he want to wear a dress or if he want to wear pants. You got your daughter taking pictures with soft porn with grown ass men when she was underage. I'm like, what the hell is going on? But Jada is jacked up, right? And because she has not been a true mother figure, and it's been willy-nilly, they allowed the kids to just go with whatever they want to go with, whatever feels right. So that's my take on it. Jada does not get a pass, and it was out of order whether they were separated or not. And Will, because he does not have the ability to man up like some people I know personally, he don't get a pass either. You should have grabbed your nuts a long time ago, right? And hollered at the young man and not Chris.
Okay. Now, let me just say this, and Damon, you go next. Let me throw this caveat in here. Will is playing innocent to save his career. Damon, is on you.
Here's my thing, man. Real talk, man. I don't understand why two grown ass goddamn people don't understand that having the world in your business like that don't work out for no damn body, man. I'm saying, what's to be achieved from it? It's all ridiculous, man. I mean, whether they were separated or not, I just get caught up on realizing the people that's enjoying the damn train wreck, man. Who the hell, Cretans and shit, man. People, you know what I'm saying? People, just be honest about it, man. Most people, man, that's watching that shit, man, and is enthralled by it, it's like, oh, man, what's next? What's the next thing that's happening? People in general, man, just like to see train wrecks, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
They like to see train wrecks. They ain't Ozzy and what's her name?
Ozzy Harry.
They ain't them. Ruby D. That's who they should have been trying to be, man. At the height that they were at, and here we are dealing with this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It is ridiculous, man. Y'all Hollywood royalty, and here y'all has got scandals and all this bullshit playing into the game where, it's all about tabloid shit and, man, people taking sides. They both on some bullshit, man. And at the end of the day, their kids is the ones that's suffering.
Man.
That's real.
Their kids is the ones that's suffering. How the hell do you reconcile that shit in your mind, man? My parents on TV on this bullshit. This shit
with
is
my
fucked
boy.
up.
With my boy.
Man.
Yeah, I know.
There is no coming back from that, man. You know what I'm saying? What is therapy gonna tell you? Man, what your mom did, man, what is the therapist gonna say? Hey, Jada, what your mom did, what Jada did, man, that was really fucked up.
Man, hey, look, with Jada, it was
I
all
can't tell
about
you nothing else.
Hey, Fluke, with Jada, it was all about back explosions. That's all she gave me.
Man, I don't get. Look here, man. Really? Is that if that's all it was about, man? You can't go get you a goddamn escort, motherfucker, and be discreet.
Correct.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
Yeah.
Just the last thing on that before you go to Spoke. When you talk about Will, listen, Will slapped dude in front of how many people was watching that shit on national TV?
Stacey.
And then he want to fight the aliens. Hey, y'all. He want to do a sequel to the goddamn joint, going to fight the aliens and shit, they gonna be like, why y'all sending this punk motherfucker in there to fight to save the world? I'm just saying that in general, man. If you think about it.
Hey, hold on. But then he want to say, Chris, I want to apologize to you.
I know.
And anytime you like to
hey man, you know what though?
Dude, you speak on national motherfucking TV. I know had that been me, y'all three brothers would have been out there looking for that nigga for me. You know what I'm saying? Just like Chris Rock's brother was like, dude, if I see Will Smith, I'm smacking the shit out of him.
Brother, real.
Hey, Jaquan, before you read a couple of these shits, all right? Dre Mullins, what up, Malls? Baby boy. Dre said people just like Jada. She just don't like Jada. She's not too likable, which is true. Rumor that this with the rumor. He said rumor that Grant Hill's parents paid her to leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Wow.
All right, but look, let's go to this one. This is a good point, Malika. Malika said that their kids have been conditioned to play their role, which is the truth, but it's giving them nervous breakdowns too. You know what I'm saying? You know, but Jaquan, is on.
I mean, I in no way take any of the blame from Will. I mean, you know, he just like, and not that I had any, you know, any like brolic expectations of him or anything like that, but you know, the loss of control, man, you know, the spiral and just the whole fuckery of the situation, man, you know.
Good word.
Yeah, it just paints him in a particular light, man, you know, and had a lot of respect, still got a lot of respect for his movie career, man, but you know, the shit that you hear about his home life, you know, the whole social media disease, man, for real. And Jada, you know, if they had a plan, she should have stuck with it. You know, I heard the man say that, you know, he can't divorce her because he didn't sign a prenup. Jada
wow. She said that?
No, he said that.
He said
that. Jada pussy can't be that good. She look like an 11-year-old little boy. I mean, she got a pretty, you know what I mean? But, you know, can she cook? You know what I mean?
That's what Umar says. She has no ass.
Umar.
She looked a little anorexic.
No, let me tell you, Jada is a very, very pretty woman. That's real.
It is, man. But that shit hides a lot of fucking wickedness, man. A lot of.
What's crazy to me, man? What's crazy to me is how they try to be symbolic about being fucking foolish, man. The red table and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
really?
Let me just throw this out here, man. The reason why I even came up and thought about this shit, I think Will is equally to blame. Everybody's piling on with Jada. He is equal. That red tape. Look, when she said, when I heard she went on a book tour, right? And I heard her say that shit. I went to the red table, right? And you know, I questioned, you know, for 30 years I questioned people for a living, so I can get different cues, right? Will got on that motherfucker. And even though Will was out of the house, he got on that motherfucker looking sad and didn't really give us anything. Think about it. He didn't say, oh, I'm pissed, you was wrong. He said none of that. All he did was sit up there and look sad and teary-eyed. And something, like I said, I think they're equally to blame. But I kind of like looking at Will like, bro, I'm kind of doubting that you was just a straight up fool.
Correct.
didn't
But he
say I
signed
can't.
up for it, Keith. He signed up for it. That's why he had to look like that. In the beginning of the marriage, that's what the conversation was.
Now, if you want to believe Jada, Jada said she was gonna get on there. I think I said this earlier. She was gonna get on Red Table, right, and say, "Yo, we've been separated since 2016, right?" And she said at the last minute, Will came on like, "Yo, I'm coming on." And then she said she didn't say anything because she wanted to support. Now, I don't know who to believe, how to believe it, whatever the fuck. But it was just interesting to me.
Man, that shit sent me into a state of goddamn depression. Man, hey, man.
So here's the thing, though, and I can almost take you guys' answer. I already know what you're gonna say. Would Will have had that same energy have it been my man that be on America's Got Talent? What's that brother that from Flint
Oh, you
that
talking
played
about
football?
Terry Crews? You talking about Terry Crews to
Terry
go up
Crews.
and
People know who they can try to get away with that shit with.
well, look, hey, cuz. First of all, Terry Crews is on record as saying that he had a motherfucker come up and grab his jewels and tell him and massage his jewels in front of his wife. So yeah, I think the Will would have.
All right, man. Look here, man. We delving deep now. God damn. No, man. Hey, man. You know what,
No.
bro?
Hey, Fluke, that shit is on record. He said that.
I'm just saying, all that shit is scripted to me, man. That's what I choose to believe, bro. This shit can't be happening in real life, man.
But let me say this. He was so busy trying to make it in Hollywood, he didn't even smack the shit out the guy. I'd have choked the life. I'd have choked the doo-doo out that motherfucker. Okay?
I get it. But you know, in his eyes, he probably think Will got that same power though, man.
Yeah, I mean, because who was used to anybody, man, woman, child, whoever, coming up to him and grabbing their nuts in public? That ain't never happened.
Right.
But what is your knee jerk though, Spoke? What is your knee jerk?
Spoke, are you saying he was in shock? Spoke, he was in shock.
I mean, I'd like to believe so, yeah.
Hey, look, this motherfucker was like this. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
But true story.
Man, because he didn't know how to rub him. What the fuck?
Terry Crews' father was my client in Flint. I sold him a security system, right?
Oh yeah, he don't have a lot to say about that dude, man.
Listen,
No, he said some terrible shit.
He beat the brakes off his father for fighting his mother. Yeah, but anyway.
But look, we're gonna close this off, man. This was the fastest 2 hours that we've done in a long time. Oh, we're gonna go to you, Fluke. Close and take us on home. And then Stacey, we're gonna go and Jaquari, you can end it up.
God damn, bro. Hey, some things don't need to be addressed, man.
Take us on home then, brother.
No, real talk, man. This is my first time back in a month, man. I truly enjoyed this segment, man. It was, enjoyed being here with my family, all blood. And it's a beautiful thing, man.
Stacey.
Yep. What I want to say is, last words is that I would like us all to try to take a step back. I think we're all desensitized with all the garbage that's going on around us with the war in Ukraine, Palestine and the Gaza and all that other stuff going on, and the migrants coming to Chicago. I think we have to do our best to try to get back to being a little more caring when it comes to the fellow man and humanity and stuff like that. I mean, we're just so desensitized. I mean, you can see somebody get popped right now and be like, man, that was good. You see what happened on First? And you right back to whatever you're doing. Like it's we see so much of it, man. It's just so crazy. So I guess what I'm saying is that simpler times, man. If we could just get back to just respecting each other a little bit, and and not just falling for the okie doke all the time, and with all this garbage that we see on TV in front of us. That's it.
That's real talk. Man.
What? Real talk, though.
Hey, man. Stacey, I appreciate your time, man. It's always a pleasure.
No
Very
doubt.
excited, brother, man. Brought a lot of stuff to my attention that I really wasn't thinking about, in the situations that I had thought about. So I thank you for that, bro. Damon, hey, man, it's good to have you back. Relevant, sharp as ever, bro. The sentiment you had about whether or not you brought what you want to bring to the table, man, those things are never revealed to us, in real time. You have had an impact on the program. You have had an impact on our viewers. You've had an impact on me and your other brother. Hell of a job. Kibo, hey, man, good job. You're always on point. Taking care of business, keeping things in line. Thank you for that. It's been a hell of a ride, and I look forward to more.
No doubt. No doubt. So in closing, and guys, stay on after we get off live this for a couple minutes. But in closing, look across the screen. Cuz is staying, always been a great businessman. You know what I'm saying? When he stumbled, he stood up tall, then he sprinted away from it. Look, you got securehomeandautomation.com. Go to that site. He's worldwide. He told us he's worldwide. So quit fucking playing. Come and see him, baby. You see the numbers. You see what's going on. And look, you can tell by his personality, he's doing his thing. Look at you. You trying to read. You gave me this, man.
No. You on point. I'm just all in it because I'm with you. That's all. I'm with you.
But look, you're in the Chicago area, and look, eastern part of Illinois, you know what I'm saying, Indiana, Michigan, check this man out because he's all about his business. This is what he does, and he's great at it. All right? Listen.
I got one last point, man. I want to give
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Flu.
I want to give a shout out to Brother Eric Harris, man. Uncle Frank passed. You know what I'm saying? I want to give out the condolences to the family.
Rest in peace.
That's one of our dad's best friend right there. You know what I'm saying? Real guy. And remember him in fondness, man.
That's real. Uncle Frank, the one thing I remember about him, because Eric was our very good friend. One thing I remember about his uncle was he lived his life the way he wanted to live it. And I've always respected that. Always respected that. So rest in peace, Frank. That's real. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. Make sure you go to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe because what we want to do, we want to touch people like ourselves. Because guess what? If we got 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, give us 100,000. Happy with that, motherfucker. But we got great content. This is what we do. This is how we do things. It's great conversation, and we'll give you. Look, if you want to DM me or ask my brothers and ask Stacey if you want to come aboard. Yo, they'll make it happen. All right. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you, Stacey. Love you.
Love you too, baby.
Love you, Fluke.
Love you too.
Love you,
guys.
Peace.
Peace.